Hello everyone, welcome back to another Watchin. Today I'm going to try and knock out a couple different videos. This one actually threw me off a little bit. I didn't realize I had this watch for as long as I have. This was a Watchgang Platinum watch from May, and I never did the follow-up review on it. So we'll knock this one out. Before we get to that, we'll do a quick wrist check. I am wearing a Citizen NH8380. This is one that I picked up off of Mass Drop, and stay tuned for a review on that one. So the watch I received for May Watchgang Platinum was this Tellus Discoverer. As you guys know, the Platinum membership from Watchgang is $299. A decent box. Nothing spectacular. I was a little let down. There was no paperwork on the watch in the box. And so I've had to do some figuring on my own here. So this is the Tellus Discoverer 46mm T1065. So this is 46mm, not including the crown. It is 13mm thick, which during the box opening, people were bashing this thing for how thick it is. So it's 13mm thick. We got 22mm between the lugs. It is on a black PVD coated bracelet. This one has sapphire crystal. So it does have a unique design. They call this one parentheses, which is French for brackets, apparently. So these are actually brackets that's screwed into the case here and kind of sandwiches everything together, which would be my guess why this one doesn't have a huge water resistance. This one is 30 meter water resistant on this one. It does have a date window. I actually really like the dial personally. I think the dial's pretty cool. I think this watch just in my hands looks a little weird, but I'll throw it on wrist and you'll see it looks a little better. I actually think it wears nicer than it looks. So the interesting thing is, if you go to Tellus's website, it says this watch should have an ETA 2892 movement, I believe. Now this one actually has an ETA 2824. 2824 movement is a 25 joule movement, and the 2892 movement is a 21 joule movement. So it was harder to figure out, find some information. I don't know if that means that this is just an older version, which is possible. According to their site, they run the 2824 currently in the 42mm version of this watch. But nevertheless, it's got that Swiss 2824. This movement has a 38-hour power reserve. It's 25 joules, and it beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour. Well, before I put it on, you'll see that it's just got a simple butterfly clasp back there. All right, so there's what it looks like on wrist. I actually don't think it, I think it looks better on wrist than off, honestly. Alright, so here we are in the dark, and you'll see, I think the lume is quite a bit of a letdown, and I'll explain it more back in the light. But actually you can see with my black light, if you notice the markers almost look like they should have lume, but don't. In the light, like I was saying, if you look, you'd almost think above the dial markers there that those would be lumed, but they are not. So that's a little bit of a letdown. Another thing I found that bothered me is if you look, the finish on the bracelet links. Now granted, most people are never going to see that. The links are going to be like this on your wrist. But it just seems like a spot that was missed. There was definitely something left out. Now when you go to Tellus's website, They have this thing on there for some insane amount of money, like 1,800 US. Online, I haven't found that many of them. When I do, they range between $325 and $900. It has things I like about it. I like the dial. The case design is definitely unique. It's not for everybody. I kind of like it. The bracelet drives me nuts, and I think that was a bit of a letdown. That 2824 is a pretty popular Swiss movement. And so it's got some pluses, it's got some minuses. It's definitely not for everybody. Now, this was my $299 watchgang membership. Me personally, if I was picking out the watch myself, I would not pay $299 for this one. It's cool. It's just not necessarily for me, and that becomes the hard part with watchgang. I think the reason why I like the black membership tier, the $99 tier, is it's not as big of an investment, not as big of a gamble, and you're not going to feel as let down potentially as if you spent $300 not knowing what you were going to get. But that being said, I kind of like it. I don't think I would have spent the money on it though. What do you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments below. As always, guys, thanks for watching.